Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Hello there. Welcome
General
to the Jedi.
Kenobi.
Welcome to the Jedi Archives. This is where you go to watch any comics about Star Wars. We're going through a lot of them, mostly High Republic stuff. We may do some other stuff soon. I know we're going to do the Dark Droids. We have a special one for you coming up on Life Day. We won't tell you, but you can take a hint from that. This is where you come to get all news comic books. Today we're going to review the end of the High Republic Adventures Phase 2. This is by Dark Horse, right?
Yes, Dark Horse
Yes.
Comics.
Yep.
And we're
Written
going to
by
wrap up
Daniel
this series.
Hilder.
hmm
And as with all comic ones, first thing we're going to do is go through the covers.
And so this one's the High Republic number 4. So we've already reviewed issues 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to wrap up the 4 through 8 just to finish off this series before Phase 3 comes out. And on the cover, we have, it's very busy. Sav Maligan up there with the double-bladed lightsaber.
What was the name of that group? The
The Dank Grax. These are the Dank Grax. Dank
Yep.
Grax. Says so right here. So Chaos reigns with the Dank Grax.
Oh, right there. Duh.
Yep. And so undercover Padawan Sav Maligan, and they misspelled her name, and Pirate Queen Maz Kanata have been working feverishly to uncover the plot of the Dank Grax. But when they finally discover the full extent of the conspiracy, it may already be too late. And the fate of the Republic itself may be hanging in the balance. Can they save their friends and stop the evil plot in time? We shall soon see. So here's this cover. What do you guys think about this cover?
It's cool.
I like it.
The one thing you will find out through this series is they really, really pushed ensembles. I mean, there's several groups of ensembles, so it's really interesting group. Lots of characters. I think more characters in this one series than most of the other series. Like there's a lot to follow. So that's what this is showing us right here, which is really cool. First time I got to see a Geonosian not on Geonosia, so that was pretty cool. Kind of like going out. So that was really fun. So yeah. Cool cover. I really like it.
And he's force sensitive too, right?
I think they're all a little force sensitive, right?
Right. All the
yes, yeah, I do believe.
It's the first time we see a force sensitive Geonosian. That's what I meant.
Oh yeah.
Geonosians did not have on Geonosis. They didn't have the force, so that was pretty cool. Yeah. All right. And this, of course, has the main characters of Savina Maligan. That's how you spell her name. Abadu, who was hiding in the ship when it got stolen. We have Alak, Arkic Vaughn, Coromant Vizel, Dexter Jetster, which is, of course, from our prequel trilogy, good friends with Obi-Wan Kenobi. We've got Dern, Lavalox Verzin, Quiet Shan, Sayakim, and Terra Sanubi is mentioned. We also have Thermoculus Scissor Punch and T80. And, of course, these are
the
all
reason why I wore my shirt today.
The Dexter.
Dexter's. That's the reason why I have the sign.
You know what? I got the neon sign from Celebration News at Anaheim. This is Dexter Jester. I don't know where it is. I have a lot of stuff I collect.
That would be cool. I'm also wearing my High Republic shirt too. The High Republic.
All fits.
Just
all fits.
So cool. I like this cover too. I love it's very colorful. The artwork is really nicely done. So props to the artists. Tony Bruno.
Say Dark Horse has done a really good job. I was skeptical when they switched, but now they've done a good job with the art and the quality of the paper. Like it's like a magazine. Yeah. It's not like comic.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little pricey, a little pricier. Actually, no. The $3.99 is a good price.
These ones weren't, but the Nameless Terror that we did, that one was a little bit more expensive because those were even
thicker paper,
more upgraded than these ones.
Yeah. So, and Daniel Jose Older is doing a great job with these stories. So, very engaging.
Brilliant.
Moving on to the next cover. Let's see if this will go to the next issue.
It's not going to work.
It did. Awesome.
Oh, there we go.
And so here's number 5. So, Jedi Padawan Sav Maligan remains torn between. Do we want to talk about each one or just at the end?
Yeah, no, talk about, read that. I think that's
just
good.
Go through the covers?
Yeah.
No, read your sentence or your paragraph. Read that. I think that's.
Well, Jedi Padawan Sav Maligan, spelled correctly, remains torn between her devotion to the Force and adventurous spirit of youth. But to save her newfound pirate friends, led by the infamous Maz Kanata, she must delve deeper into the murky underworld and infiltrate a dangerous gang of marauders known as the Dank Gracks. But will her Jedi training be enough to help her save them in time, or will the Gracks discover her true identity? So just so you know, she went undercover, kind of like Keith Trennis did, to infiltrate the Dank Gracks.
Danks. I can't remember.
Dank Gracks.
Yeah.
I remember because Dank Ferric. So Dank's not probably a good word.
Right.
So let's look at this cover.
I didn't even think of that. Like, it's
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that. And I like it more.
Maybe that's the origin of why they use Dink.
Like
so this cover,
Dirty Bastards or something like that. I like that.
So of course, very colorful cover. You have this, split view of Sav Maligan, her eye. She looks great. Her lightsaber, and she of course told him that she obtained this lightsaber by killing a Jedi, right? Which are like not likely, but yeah.
But she uses a great story because she remembers Master Sinube and
she says
the
she
things
killed
that
Master Sinube.
Yeah, and so she says she killed Mr. Sinube because she belonged to the central. I can't remember. She knew, like, hey, if I say this,
when she gets tested,
yeah. So that was really cool how she was using her lesson that she was paying attention to, because she also says, "I don't pay attention unless Master Sinube is talking," because he has a way of turning a story into being something more alive and energetic.
Yeah. So I love this cover. It's got a lot of action going on. You see these fighters, blasts and explosions.
Well, now this battle is on where all the Phase 2 ends. Jeddah. And so I didn't know this was going to go to Jeddah too. Everything went to Jeddah. So
this really ties in well to Phase 2. I appreciate it. When I read it was before I had finished reading the novels, but now when I reread it for this show, I'm like, wow.
I remember you told us not to read this early.
because
no, not this one. We didn't. We can't.
That was a different one.
You didn't want to read Path of Vengeance before you finished the main High Republic book that Marvel had.
Right.
That's You want to finish your reading of Phase 2 with that book.
Right. And this one has lots of spoilers for Phase 2 also, but I didn't know it at the time when I read it because it came out so far in advance. I was like, what is all this stuff? It's just too much. But now everything made sense.
Well, yeah, if you read this, it talks about the writing with the open hand. Like, it really
it talks about Arano. It talks about everything.
Sanctuary, the name of that bar place. Like, it's
enlightenment.
Definitely enlightenment.
Yes, it's
definitely mirrors it. So I don't think it spoils it, but like,
it doesn't spoil it. But if you've read the books first, this is much more enjoyable. If you haven't read the books, this does include all of them in it. So it's very compact, and they're quick reads. So I do recommend them. What do you guys think about this cover?
It's cool.
Ahead,
I think the other one was a little cooler. I mean, she looks, and both of them, she's been the best part of both of the last two covers. Her in the background, like Darkwing Duck, on the other one, and this one in the front. It's really cool.
Yeah.
So
Well, cool. the one that's always in the black robe. If you go back to the previous cover,
I think he's doing the same thing, just chilling there.
He's got the exact same. Yeah, if you go back to the previous one, it's the exact same pose. But the way they put him here on the covers totally reminds me of the right hand man of Thanos. In the Avengers movies.
Something like that. Yeah. But definitely looks like him to me. First time I saw him, I was like, "That's the guy from
right.
Infinity Gauntlet."
Right. All right, cool. And now moving on to
we gotta get to the next one.
5, number 6.
We do see in that issue the teeny tiny police officer, which is kind of funny. Do you remember that guy?
Oh, I love him.
Like this tall.
That was on his back. Yeah, on Alex's back, right? Is he on Alex's back?
Is that Coromant? Isn't that who he is? who's
Oh yeah,
always with us.
right.
Hey, so is this
Cormorant.
issue? Can you put them side by side? Is her face? Is it a full
Oh
image?
yes,
I didn't catch that at first, and I have them.
I
What?
didn't either. I have them too. Let
Should,
me pull them out so we can do
yeah.
that. But let me read the little intro. So find those copies, John, and then put them up so we can see. So as Battle of Jeddah rages around her, Sav struggles to keep her identity hidden as she tries to find a way to free Maz Kanata from the clutches of the Dank Grax. The only problem is that running with the Grax is the only thing that's keeping Sav safe. Don't miss this next thrilling chapter of Fire in the Holy Heart. And here you have
Which is
the
speaking of Jeddah is the Holy Heart.
right. And this cover has the good guys on the right and then the bad guys on the left. So if you put them side by side and Sav Maligan torn in between, right? Do you have the two issues, John?
Yeah. How do I? Hold on one second.
So now you can see when we put both covers together, Bryce has found this. So Bryce,
Yeah, so this was right straight from StarWars.com. The High Republic Adventures comes to an end preview news article, but it does show covers 5 and 6 here. 5 being the left hand side of the image and 6 being the right hand side of the image. But it's really cool because this is like a virgin cover, you would say, where there's no lettering on it at all. It's just all action, and on the one side you see the Dank Grex, on the other side you see Maz's pirate crew, and Sav is in the middle, and for good reasons because she's right in the middle of the whole thing.
that looks really awesome. I love the way that looks.
Yeah.
It's great artwork. You
Oh
can
yeah.
see all the characters. I love it. Looks really good. Look at the battle in the sky behind them. Looks so great.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
Yeah, it's not my new favorite cover from this series. So it's definitely cool, and I like the almost a little like health bars, but they're lasers on the bottom. Like in a video game, you have your health bars.
Yes,
Right. Yeah.
I
I
kind of
like
like
that
that.
too. That looks cool.
That it brings it together.
All right, so now that's issue number 6.
Nope, it's the wrong button.
Oops. And I think I already read this one. And this has our characters Savina Maligan, Alak, Barbatash, Coromon Vizzle, who's got the lawman on his back,
Yep.
Dexter Jetster. We've got supporting characters Lion Sirox, Quiet Shan, Radu, Raph Thatchburn, which is really cool.
Radu's the little lawman.
The little lawman, yeah. And Raph
Yep.
Thatchburn is Alak's lover or his boyfriend. He's the
He's a pirate
romantically
hunter.
pirate hunter who fell in love with a pirate. So it's pretty cool.
Right.
Sayakim, Salandra Show, Thermoculus
Jedi
Scissor
Knight.
Punch, yeah, Jedi Knight, Salandra Show, Tromac, Arctic Vaughn, and Dern. Dern is that the guy. Then
I
we got
really like
cameos.
I really like the Sayakin character in this, especially this issue. The first few, I like her a lot.
She's cool. I like. She's a Zabrak, right? A Zabrak female.
Force powers, and she's just young and kind of lost, but she's kind of found what she thinks is a family. She's a cool character. I like her.
Yeah, it is cool. And then we've got Lavalox, Burzin, Maz Kanata, Tantique, and T80. Cool episode. Now that brings us along to
character
number.
Looks a lot like Master Sinube.
Well, it's not a new character. This one's been a long part of the Dank Grax for the beginning, but that's why when well, there's spoilers, right? So who cares? But when Sav Maligan said, "Oh yeah, I killed Master Sinube," and then Lavalox was like, "Oh, what did he taste like?"
Yeah.
It's just bland.
Just bland because they're the same species, right? Or the same alien types, but that's the cool spoiler alert for the ending. But I loved it. That was really cool. Now we're going on to number 7. Here's the cover. While Jeddah burns, Arctic Vaughn's plot to usurp Maz Kanata's races toward Arctic Vaughn's plot to usurp Maz Kanata races towards its terrible conclusion. As the galaxy seems bent on descending into chaos, Sav Malagan must take a difficult choice, or must make a difficult choice, rather. Return to the Jedi and learn the ways of the Force, or stay and fight beside her new friends. And here we have this cover. It's very Little Red Riding Hood.
It's definitely the streets of Jedi, which we've seen a lot of now. I mean,
Well,
this
is
like
Maz's castle.
Takodana. Yeah, this is
Yeah,
Takodana.
this is Takodana because you got the Mythosaur flag right in the middle, and then you've
you've
got
got Maz's statue right on top. That's a giveaway. Yeah.
Yep.
So this is back on Takodana. So the colors are different.
The red's very striking.
Yeah. So this to me is a Little Red Riding Hood cover with wings.
And then you can see the droids in the background, and with the black shadow.
Yeah, cool.
I should say in the foreground.
All right. And then that leads us to the final episode, final issue. I have to go back this way to get to it. It's number 8. Number 8.
The controls that get there's all wonky.
Yes. Number 8. Here it is. Number 8.
There we go.
The conclusion: the Jedi Order tries desperately to bring peace to the streets of the Holy City as the Battle of Jeddah nears its climax. Meanwhile, Sav Malagan tries to keep Maz Kanata's crew together long enough to rescue their captain from the clutches of Arctic Vaughn. Padawan and pirates working together, may the Force be with us all. So they had to team up together.
Pretty much from what I remember when I read it, the Battle of Jeddah is already done at this point. This is more like the aftermath, right?
Right. This leads back to their story. So Battle of Jeddah is kind of like a backdrop. So it's kind of like in Gone with the Wind, Civil War was just a little backdrop, the blip in between. But Gone with the Wind goes on before and after. So this is like that. So Battle of Jeddah is kind of like a little insignificant background noise. But it's
just
pretty
to make
significant.
sure we're there, because that's super important in phase 2. I mean, it's all in phase 2. So it puts us there, but then they continue the story.
And what I do like about this series is you have all the what is it called? When they have all the little checkup page where it has like little descriptions of everything. The data page. I love those data pages. They're one of my favorite things about the adventure series. They always have that data page that gives you a lot of information with cool pictures and a really short little synopsis and explanations, and they really get you up to speed pretty fast. I like this cover. I like all the colors. I like all the characters on here. We've got Dexter Jetster on top. Very powerful, very strong. He's a cool character with his mustache. It's nice.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Yeah, I like it. Definitely the ensemble shot. What they've been taught this whole run's been more about the ensemble, so it's a good shot.
Mm-hmm. Bryce, any comments?
I really I like this cover a lot because now Sav has moved from in the middle of 2 covers, right? In between making a choice to being the center on this particular cover, because she has at this point made a decision of what she's going to do.
Right.
Although Dex does have some pretty cool words for her. In this issue or issue 7, I can't remember which one it is, but.
Mm-hmm. And in this final series, we have Savina Malagan, Abadu, Alak, Arctic Vaughn, Cormont Vizzle, Dexter Jetster, Cactorf, Maz Kanata, Quiet Shan, Radu, Raph Thatchburn, Tantique, T80, Terra Sanubi. Is this where they have the big reveal?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
In this show, right? Yeah. So Terra Sanubi was undercover all along. Yeah.
Yes.
Thermoculus Scissor Punch. And we've got the cameos by Hurrid327 and Emmy8D9, which you might recognize from The Force Awakens.
Yep, but it still was. The other droid was in Force Awakens too. The loader droid.
Which one? T-80?
No, no, the Hurrid 327 was in Force Awakens. His loader droid that was outside when
Oh yeah.
Han and Rey walked in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these two. That's why I said these two droids were from the Force Awakens. They're cool.
Oh, sorry, I thought you just meant the one.
No, the two. No worries. So I like this series. I liked it more after I finished reading all the books in Phase 2. It ties in really nicely, wraps all the books together. So I really appreciate that of this comic series, because when you read the books, you don't have the visuals. And so this provided a lot of the visuals that go along with the novels. So I really appreciate that. So thank you, Dark Horse Comics, for bringing this to us. Overall, I really like the series. I would recommend it. What do you guys think?
So this one, probably which isn't bad. Don't get crazy. My least favorite of the series. That's because all the series have been pretty good. This one, they just tried so hard to be this ensemble, Guardians of the Galaxy, yes, all these characters, but it really got almost muddled. There's so many characters to keep track of. I mean, every time you read it off, there's 15, 20 characters, and it changed. And there's a lot to go for. It's a little, I want to say a little, I guess I'll say juvenile, maybe a little younger readers, but still entertaining enough. It's fun, definitely fun read. But when it comes to the deep Star Wars lore and all that stuff, it's definitely on the lesser end of the series I've been reading from the High Republic so far. But still a good read, fun read.
That's fair. Bryce?
I just really like Daniel Jose Older's writing period between the Adventures comic for Phase 1, the books that he did in Phase 1, and then this series. I just really enjoyed it. This was really cool because I get Jonathan's point with there were a lot of characters, and I had still trouble with all the names. But I did like that it still centered around Sav. So it was still, I felt like it's centered around a character that we got in Phase 1, but we didn't know much about. And this gave Jose Alder a way to tell an origin story to a degree, just like Charles Soule had the Blade and he had Eye of the Storm, right? Like he took those opportunities to tell us a singular story about a person. But like I said, I understand where John's coming from. It is a lot of characters. But I like the fact that we got background with Saab, and I know Mike Saab was one of your favorite characters from Phase 1 as well.
Yes, I love Saab. That's true.
You know what would make this would really think put it over for me? If it was the ongoing series, and then throughout time, we focused on each character, really got to know each character. Because then I wouldn't have to, what's this character's name? It just was 8 issues, is little short for how many characters. I think there's 30, 40 characters.
Phase 2 in general was short. We didn't get we only had 2 adult novels, 2 junior, and then 2 young adult. When Phase 1 we got 3. And I think in Phase 3 we're getting even less,
right?
From what I could see on the docket. So, Phase 1 was the heart of the story. But I have a feeling that the way that the High Republic Adventures and Daniel Jose Older's story is, we're going to get sobbed in Phase 3 as well. Because at the end of this book, the 8th book, it does say just the beginning. Right. So we know that obviously Saab is in Phase 1 in the High Republic Adventure book, but not a lot. I have a feeling that that's just the beginning is also referring to Phase 3.
Well, that's one thing that's really interesting about some of these Phase 2 ones, because even the Blade said he'll be back or something like that. So I'm like, well, I want more young Blade, and I want more of this young pirate group, really get to know them. And I think that would really be nice, but I don't know if we're going to get that in Phase 3, which is, 100
Phase
years?
3 is a continuation.
Yeah.
It's a continuation of Phase
1. I
think there's a little bit of time, but not as much.
So I don't know if we're going to get the stories that they kind of said there'll be more. So that's my little. And this is out once they're done with Phase 3. Release some series, which should be fine with. But the series like this, I would read. I need more. I need more. You know, know more about each of these characters.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
That would really do it for me. And I want more of the young Blade. I want more of the Blade of Bardona. I need more of that. So.
Right. I do agree. It was really busy with characters, so it's hard to keep track of them. And that's why after having read the novels and then coming back to it after with the rereads, it's a little more helpful. So on the first read, it is overwhelming. I do agree because there's so many characters. But I do like the characters, and yeah, I recommend it. So what? Any Holocron readings, guys?
I'll do 3.5 for the series.
For the
it's
series?
still fun. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Bryce?
I'm right between 4.5.
Oh, nice.
4.25. Let's 4.25.
Chopping those holocrons up as much as we can.
And I'm gonna give it a solid 4 holocrons because I did feel that it was a little too rushed, too many things in such a little bit of time. I would have liked more story developed, but I enjoyed it. So 4 holocrons for me. So thanks for joining us here.
Oh yes, yes. This is our review of this. Falling behind on my duties. If you like us, please follow us on YouTube at the Virtual Cantina Network, on Instagram, the Virtual Cantina Network, at X at Cantina Virtual, on Threads at Virtual Cantina Network, on Hive at Virtual Cantina, and on TikTok at TikTok.
Same thing.
At Virtual Cantina. And of course, all this is on our mother page, Star Wars Celebration Japan 2025, where you'll find us all the time. We pretty much live there. And we have tons of other shows for you guys. So please like and subscribe to watch everything, get all our new information. And please comment. We love comments because we love to talk about you guys. We love to talk
Keep
with
the
you guys.
conversation going.
Yeah. We promise to respond. If you comment, we'll respond. I will for sure. I love comments.
And also, go ahead, Jonathan.
I'll say please watch our other shows. We have the Daughters of the Galaxies, which is on Mondays. Not Mondays. That's Fridays,
Wednesdays.
right?
Wednesdays.
And we have Nerf Herders on Wednesday. They alternate. What are some of the other ones we have?
The
Rebels
Revisit show on Fridays.
Monday. Yep, it's okay after show on Fridays.
Oh, that's a good one. I need to catch
Thursday,
up on
that. Thursday watch along series.
Monday's Rebels Revisited.
Yes.
Tuesday's Happy Hour.
And then alternating with us on Sundays is Unifying Force.
Yes. If you go to our YouTube page, there is literally, 200 videos of just us talking about Star Wars. I will give someone money if they were able to watch all the videos because no one can ever watch all those. There's so many videos.
You heard it here, so make sure you comment, and I will get Jonathan's wallet and send it to you.
$1. All right, guys. I really appreciate you watching. All right.
Well, we also want to make sure we thank our partner pages with Star Wars Book Nerds and Star Wars Comic Book Club.
Yes, great pages. Join them too. Follow them. Like them.
Tons of the literature at those places. Star Wars literature. So. All right, guys. Thank you for watching.
May the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you.